Day 1. Arrival in Madrid. The sun poured over Madrid as Robert and Mary stepped off their flight from West Virginia. The warm Spanish breeze greeted them at Barajas Airport. Their first ride into the city, a taxi, offered glimpses of the Spanish capital's grander neoclassical buildings, tree-lined boulevards, and vibrant plazas. They checked into a charming hotel near Puerta del Sol, Madrid's bustling heart. Robert wore a crisp white t-shirt, and Mary, in a coral top and jeans, stood on the small balcony, soaking in the energy of the city. That afternoon, they wandered through Plaza Mayor, where street performers danced, and cafes spilled out onto cobblestone paths. They dined al fresco at a traditional restaurant, savoring patatas bravas, jamón ibérico, and sangria. Mary laughed as she tried to pronounce menu items, and Robert captured her joy on camera. As night fell, they walked to the royal palace, its illuminated facade glowing under the stars. Day 2. Art and History. Waking up refreshed, they headed to the Museo del Prado, Spain's iconic national art museum. Robert, in light blue jeans and a gray shirt, marveled at the works of Velázquez and Goya. Mary, in a sea green tee, took notes in her journal beside classical sculptures. After a tapas lunch near Paseo del Prado, they strolled through the Retiro Park, renting a small rowboat at the monument to Alfonso XII. The laughter echoed as Robert struggled to steer the boat. A friendly duck tried to hop in, which sent Mary into giggles. They visited the Puerta de Alcalá and the Gran Via, admiring the Art Deco buildings and the bustling atmosphere. As they climbed to the rooftop of Círculo de Bellas Artes, the view of Madrid at sunset made them pause a golden city, brimming with life. Day 3. Day trip to Toledo. Their day trip bus tour took them to Toledo, an hour south. Robert loved the panoramic views of the medieval city from the Mirador del Valle. Dressed in matching jeans and casual tees, they toured the Toledo Cathedral, mesmerized by its Gothic grandeur. They walked narrow cobbled streets lined with sword shops, marzipan bakeries, and artisan studios. Mary bought a hand-painted ceramic plate as a souvenir. For lunch, they tried venado estofado, venison stew, and admired the blend of Christian, Jewish, and Muslim architecture. Returning to Madrid that evening, they shared gelato near Plaza de Oriente as live guitar music echoed in the square. Day 4. Culture and Cuisine. Their final day in Madrid began with a visit to Mercado de San Miguel, where Mary sampled everything from olives stuffed with anchovies to fresh churros. Robert loved the smell of Spanish spices and the bustle of locals and tourists mingling. Next, they visited the Thyssen-Bornemisza Museum, where modern art intrigued them both. A peaceful break in Sabatini Gardens let them relax beneath neatly trimmed hedges with views of the royal palace. That evening, they attended a flamenco show in the area near La Latina. Mary clapped to the rhythm, eyes wide as dancers in vibrant dresses stomped and spun. Dinner afterward included paella mixta and cold gazpacho under the stars. Day 5. Train to Barcelona. They boarded the high-speed AVE train to Barcelona, slicing through the Spanish countryside at 300 km/h. Robert sat by the window, admiring the changing landscape. Mary jotted notes about Madrid in her journal and began a new section titled Barcelona. Upon arrival, the Mediterranean breeze welcomed them. Their hotel near Plaza de Catalunya had a view of the bustling square. In her lavender tee, Mary led the way down La Rambla, where colorful flower stalls and living statues created a carnival-like vibe. They visited the Boqueria market, savoring fresh fruit smoothies and slices of Serrano ham. Robert marveled at the architecture of Palo de la Música Catalana, while Mary admired artisan jewelry stalls. Dinner was at a beachside restaurant in Barceloneta, where they watched the sun set over the sea while dining on grilled octopus and seafood fideuà. Day 6. Gaudí's Barcelona. Their last day was devoted to the works of Antoni Gaudí. First stop, Sagrada Familia. The morning light pouring through the stained glass windows took their breath away. Robert, in a white t-shirt and jeans, took countless photos while Mary stood silently, tears of awe in her eyes. They next explored Park Güell, where colorful mosaics, winding paths, and fairy tale buildings enchanted them. They took a photo on the famous Serpentine bench, framed by a view of Barcelona below. Lunch was in the Gracia neighborhood, calm, artsy, and full of quirky shops. Mary bought handmade soaps, while Robert chatted with a local bookseller about Hemingway. In the afternoon, they toured Casa Butlow, its whimsical design and wavy walls like nothing they'd ever seen. Their final stroll was along the beach promenade, where street musicians played under palm trees.
That night, back at the hotel, they packed their souvenirs and photos, hearts full. Spain has given us something timeless, Robert said.
Mary nodded, smiling through tears. Let's never stop exploring.